Welcome, everybody. It's so hard to breathe in these things.
We're taking them off. But anyway, who is Ghostface?
Is it me? Or is it Cal?
There's always two.
There is always two. God dang, that's hot.
So that was a fun little gag. Welcome, everybody, to a very special episode of the Supernaturals podcast.
It's true. And if you're an audio listener out there, you probably didn't even get or understand what just happened.
We were in Ghostface masks.
Yes. So check out the video.
And if you want to check out the studio, we got a couple Ghostface things up, which is pretty cool. And I will say, before we get started, I've been trying to get this episode made for quite a while. This was in the early drafts of like our very first season. Doing a Scream deep dive.
Yeah, we were like, where does it fit in?
Yeah, and at one point I was like, we could do like it could be a bonus episode for our Patreon members,
right? Because we were bummed when they said they weren't going to continue off from where 6 left off.
Oh,
right,
Jake. We'll talk about it.
Well, that's one of the big reasons why we're like, where does it fit in now? Right?
Yeah,
and it kind of threw us for a loop. A little bit. Yeah.
And you know, I know the writer strikes and then they had to do the rewrites because it was a planned trilogy. And now all of a sudden, we're here. It's Scream 7 week, everybody. So, I mean, we'll be sitting in those seats on Friday.
Ready for it.
Ready to go. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I think we've been trying to, this is our second to last special of our off season.
Yep.
Which
we have
we're
one
getting
more.
there. We're getting there.
We're almost to season 3, everybody.
There's some very fun stuff planned for season 3.
We're literally starting off so hot.
Yeah. Like hot. Like the hottest person you could probably think of. Like that hot. That's how hot we're starting. No. It is fun though. I mean, we're starting pretty good. And yeah, man, I'm excited.
I think, like we've said before, we have locked down some locations that are going to be really fun to do episodes at.
And a couple guests.
True.
That we're excited about.
Yeah. Freaking crazy.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, we've grown a lot. So it's nice to see. But anyway, yeah, just a little, I think every special, it's always just like, okay, what's going on?
Kind of a little
for season 3. Yeah. Well, that's because we don't talk to you guys for a while. So
miss our voices.
But yeah, so I thought it would be kind of fun because of Scream 7 coming out. Obviously, I know a lot of our listeners do like to they like these deep dive episodes. Which ones we done so far?
Hell House?
We've done Hell House. Kind of.
Not like a true deep dive.
Well, yeah, we haven't done a true deep dive of Hell House, but we talked to Joe and Kayla, who worked on the Hell House franchise
quite a bit. So, I mean, it's not a true episode of a deep dive.
Yeah.
But we did go, why is it like on, like I can't
I don't
even
know.
think.
I do know that people enjoy them. I just can't think of which ones we've done yet. Crazy. Anyway. I know. Well, we did the Pearl and X were like our first
that's true.
First one we ever did.
Oh, we did The Conjuring.
We did The Conjuring.
I was like,
Conjuring
we did like a 7 movie, 8 movie.
We
might even be 9 movies.
We did The Conjuring, and then we did Ed and Lorraine Warren, and we did Amityville. That was like a 3-episode arc last season. Yeah. That was crazy.
I couldn't think of that.
Yeah, right? Isn't that wild? Well, anyway, we have this one, and then we have another one coming out. We're doing an Evil Dead one, which I'm very excited for personally. Towards the end of the year, July, I think, before the new movie comes out. Mm-hmm. So that'll be fun.
Get ready to burn.
But in the meantime, we're rocking with some Ghostface here. So
that is true.
We are changing our deep dive format just a tad bit for this one because this one, it's so funny. So many people care about this. So, we also did the Alien franchise.
Oh, yeah.
and that one was cool because, I mean, we went through.
People loved that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So we're changing it a little bit because what we did do was like, okay, people love the Alien movies, but this is like a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Like Scream has its own massive fan base, which is so funny because like the stab movies in Scream have their massive fan base that like half of them turn out to be Ghostface. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So we guys know that you know the movie, so we're not going to like go through a giant rundown of each and every movie, but what we are going to do, and one thing that's kind of fun is, let me pull this up because I didn't pull this up yet. Whoopsie daisies. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to start by, like in each and every movie Scream is a pretty meta franchise. They always talk about kind of real life fandoms and real life horror cliches that we see in horror movies. And then they have to play by those rules to make it seem like they're not being cliche, but then sometimes they're being cliche, and it's a little surprising that they're being cliche because it's like they're making fun of cliches.
Literally all over the first movie.
It's
stamped
a massive,
everywhere.
confusing like thing, but it's what makes the franchise really fun.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be fun to do like, we'll have a little synopsis of each and every movie, but we're going to go through, before we do each movie, we're going to do the rules that they lay out in each one, which Jake will be reading. And then I'll go through the synopsis of the movie, and then we'll have a couple, before we kind of like talk about it, we'll have a couple fun facts, and then we'll give our take on if we like the movie or not.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
The most fun thing I love about these movies, and I told you this outside of the pod, but for our listeners out there, I love the murder mystery aspect of it.
Oh yeah.
I always, we're sitting next to each other in the theater all the time, and I'm like, Cal, who do you think it is yet? Do you know? He's like, I might know. And it's just so fun.
We'll talk about it. But I have that in here.
It's so fun just watching and trying to get the clues and all the breadcrumbs that they leave you at the beginning of the movie. And it's funny.
Entertaining. Jake saw a theory.
I did. We can talk about that.
Likes.
We can talk about it at the end.
We will.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But yes.
I think it's wild.
It's not a bad theory. Yeah. It's not a bad theory at all. And it might be.
It might be right on.
It might be right on the money. We'll see. But anyway, so yeah, there is a new Scream movie coming out this week, and that's why we're doing this. Mm-hmm. If you didn't know, so if Ghostface is your guy or gal, then be sure to pop some popcorn on the stove and strap in, because this is going to be fun. Jake, why don't you lead us through Randy's rules?
All right. Scream is divided into multiple eras, you could say. I mean, that's what happens when you've had 6, almost 7 films releasing across 30 years. And if you know Scream, you know it's just one big meta whodunit movie. Of course. Mm-hmm. It is, and I love it. In my opinion, the most fun of these movies isn't the kills, which we do love.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Or the dark comedy, but it's trying to figure out who the Ghostfaces are during the duration of the movie. And yes, I said ghost faces, obviously, because there are always 2.
There's always 2.
Looking at you, Scream 3.
Because there's not always 2.
Very true. But these movies take classic horror cliches and turn them on their head. Yes, they definitely still use them, but it's almost like the fact that they are acknowledging the cliches makes it okay to use them. Being self-aware is really key when it comes to Scream. For example, have you ever seen Velocipaster? I know I have. Actually, quick side tangent on Velocipaster.
Yeah.
Me and my 2 old roommates were sitting on the couch one day.
Yeah.
And I was just like looking through movies, and they're playing video games on the other TV. And I'm just like going through Amazon Prime. I'm like, what could we watch that's just kind of out there that I haven't seen? And I'm going through, and I see like Llamageddon, which I was like, okay, maybe I'll give that one a shot.
There's the tire one too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't remember that one. That one's called. I think it's called Rubber.
Right. I think you're right.
And And then I see Velocipaster, and we're like, this looks like a home movie. Kind of could be sick. So I like watched the little trailer or whatever, and it's just ridiculous. And we start it, and the beginning scene is just like there's no effects at all.
Yeah, it says VFX car on fire.
Yeah.
That's my favorite scene in the whole movie.
And I was like, okay, what's going on? And so I'm like, I don't really want to watch this whole movie. So I'm like fast forwarding till I
you
get
didn't
good
even watch
bits.
the whole thing?
No.
Oh wow, dude!
And
You
then
had to
I
watch it.
loved the ninjas portion of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. He literally picks up a tooth or something, and then it just somehow bites him or like scratches him. He like it doesn't move his hand at all. He just touches it, and he's like ah. And then
it's quite a funny film, but yeah, I didn't watch all of it.
I love when there's one scene in that movie with the old man, his pastor that I guess fought in Vietnam or something, and his wife. I guess she somehow is in Vietnam. He's like giving his whole sad backstory, and I guess his wife just starts running like at him, and he's like Mary or whatever her name is, and she just steps on a landmine. It's like, why is she in Vietnam with him? I have no idea, but that movie is awesome. I love Velocipaster, dude. It's because it's self-aware. It's kind of like Scream.
It's very self-aware. It's a terrible movie.
Of course, but it's a bad movie, but because it's self-aware, it makes it fun. The worst thing is like, I'm throwing this out here, that new Strangers shit. So I tried watching it actually.
Did you?
I did. The first one.
I still haven't even given it
I
the
tried
light
watching
of
it the
day.
first one, and it gives you the same vibes as Velocipaster, but it's trying to be serious.
It's self-aware?
No.
Oh.
It's just that bad.
Oh.
But it makes it worse because it's not self-aware. Like Velocipaster, the guy's like, this is...
Yeah.
We're going to make it fun.
It's so crazy that they just strapped up and did 3 movies all without seeing how well the reboot would do.
It really bums me out because The Strangers was such a good, like... I don't guess you couldn't call it a franchise because there were only 2 movies, but...
They were both good, though. Very good.
Yeah, I really did enjoy Prey at Night. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was a nice little, like...
It was an
change of pace.
isolated trailer park, like, scene.
It also was at this, like, kind of the start of the, like, horror retro. You know what I mean? Because now it feels like there's a lot of horror movies that have that retro feel, which I like it, but now it's becoming a little too, like, I guess, overpopulated.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Still love a retro slasher, but that one, it was like I hadn't seen one in a while, and then seeing that, it was like, what, The Strangers is like an 80s slasher now? Whoa.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
getting back to our topic here, right?
Yeah.
Velocipaster.
The best.
Like I said, it's on Prime, and it's about a man who gets bit, I think, by a raptor tooth and has to fight ninjas while protecting his escort girlfriend. Yeah. Is it terrible? Yes. But is it also super self-aware? It is. Yes. Which I think makes it more enjoyable of a watch, right?
Absolutely.
At least in my opinion. I know you think so too, but
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you guys don't. Maybe you think it's complete garbage, or maybe you think it's the best movie ever. I don't know. Well, Scream has that same self-awareness. So much so that they even have a character list of the rules for the surviving of a horror movie. With that being said, we are going to go over Randy's list of rules before we dive into any of the films. And here they are. For starters, you can never have sex. I feel like that's a common thing in most horror movies anyway, right?
Well, that's why it's right. A rule.
Well, yeah, but it's like, it's in every fucking movie.
Yeah. And when you do it, you die.
Yeah. Which you always know it's coming, but you kind of love it too, though.
Absolutely.
Not saying like I like watching the scene, but it's just like these two are getting it, and they're gonna die. And
Bumper and Donald getting it,
and you're kind of rooting for their downfall.
Yeah,
well, especially if it's Trent.
So that's the thing. Now, if two characters are hooking up, but you like the characters, I don't want them to die.
No,
but if there's two characters hooking up and one of them is named Trent from the Friday the 13th reboot, I want you to die.
I had to throw that in there. It's funny.
I still love the theory. Quick tangent. I love the theory that because both movies were like Michael Bay, and that dude played a guy named Trent who plays the exact same character in Transformers. He's Megan Fox's boyfriend. I love every time I watch Transformers, like the first movie, when he goes, okay, you'll call me, and he goes away and he's never seen again.
Yeah.
I think you just drove to Crystal Lake, and while Optimus Prime is fighting Megatron, Jason is getting it. I think that it's
That theory is funny. Okay, back to it. About the sex, right? Let's be real. Anyone who has sex in horror movies always dies, so that's pretty spot on. Right. The second one is never drink or do drugs. This is because if you do them, you will make bad decisions, and that will eventually lead to your death. Shocker.
Yeah.
The final rule is to never say, I'll be right back, because you won't be. I'll be right back, guys.
You will not be back.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these sponsored messages.
It cuts back to the show, and it's just like empty chairs.
We should put that in there.
So funny.
Yeah. Well, now you know the rules, so let's dive into Scream.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. The film that started it all, Scream. The original film reinvents the slasher genre by making its characters all aware of the horror rules that we stated earlier. The story begins in the small town of Woodsboro. I can't believe I'm not wearing my Woodsboro t-shirt. Dude, I just thought about it.
Dude, honestly, go throw that shit on right now.
I'll be right back. I think that's really funny what just happened, where it's like I think about the Woodsboro shirt and then I say, I'll be right back after what we just talked about.
I know.
All right.
He never came back. I just like, Cal?
Anyway, here it is, guys. I've worn it on the pod before. I can't believe I was underprepared. Sorry. Anyway. So the story begins in the small town of Woodsboro, where high school student Sydney Prescott is in a deep depression as she reels from her mother Maureen's murder. A mass killer known as Ghostface begins stalking her and her friends. The opening scene is now one of the most famous openings to a horror film of all time. The scene depicts Casey Becker, who is played by Drew Barrymore and she was really famous at the time. And yeah, she's terrorized and killed within the first 5 minutes. 10 minutes, whatever.
That is true. She is.
The opening scene was used in the trailers leading up to the film's release and made people think that Drew Barrymore was actually going to be the final girl. But when she died right before the title card, it signaled to audiences everywhere that nobody was safe. It's a pretty solid marketing ploy. So, back to the real final girl. Sydney Prescott becomes suspicious of her boyfriend, Billy Loomis. As we mentioned before, the film makes the audience well aware of the horror cliches, which actually deliver real suspense. During this time, we meet our other two main characters. A media firestorm begins, and reporter Gail Weathers is leading the pack. She exploits the tragedy for fame, and at first, seems like she's a pretty bad character. Deputy Dewey Riley, on the other hand, tries to keep order, while also giving subtle nods that he could be the killer.
Dun, dun. It's always the cop, right? It's always the cop.
He's not. And actually, as we near the climax of the film, we find out that there isn't just one, but two killers. And they turn out to be Billy Loomis and his best friend, Stu Macher, who we will be talking about later. Mm-hmm. The reason for all the murder is because Billy blames Sydney's mother for breaking up his parents' marriage. The murders are revenge disguised as a serial killer on the prowl. In the bloody finale at Stu's house, Sydney shows everyone that she isn't your standard final girl. She outsmarts the two, and Billy is shot and killed. His death is pretty finite, I would say. Like, he's dead. Stu is electrocuted and crushed by a TV, but his death is a little less definite, especially after that Scream 7 trailer. The film ends with Sydney surviving, but the Ghostface legend is born. Couple of fun facts. Drew Barrymore was actually attached to play Sydney Prescott, but asked to play Casey in order to shock the audience. The second fact I have is that the Ghostface mask, one of the most famous masks in all of horror, was actually found as a mass-produced Halloween mask, and it was found while members of the crew were scouting filming locations.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Pretty cool.
It is a very iconic mask. It's everywhere.
Roger L. Jackson, who is the voice to Ghostface, actually recorded his lines separate, which meant that the cast didn't have any idea who the killer was until they either shot the climax of the movie or they watched it in the audience with everybody else at the premiere.
That would be a crazy reveal to you, right? Like you're just sitting there and you're like, I don't even know.
Yeah, because like Ghostface isn't actually saying stuff in the thing. So all the little like, things that he says, like they have no idea. Yeah.
That's how I feel with like any voiceover. Remember when I pointed that out and they're like, what if they're just putting in random things and the actor's just reacting a certain way, but they don't actually know what's being said, like in Ted, right?
Yeah, right. It's crazy. But so that's Scream 1. I love Scream. Like the first Scream. I love it.
It's good.
I think it's such a good horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's got good kills and good casts. Love the characters. Crazy whodunit. And then the climax with Stu. Obviously, his like, my mama's gonna be so mad at me or whatever.
The twist is just
or whatever.
It was big for that time period, right?
Yeah, it was cool. So, and it's also funny how it's like it does kind of take the cliche of like, okay, it's the boyfriend, but then it's like it's not the boyfriend, and then because the killer's still out there while he's in, prison or whatever,
right? Yeah,
and you're like, wait, and then you find out, wait, he is the killer,
and you're like, how?
And then it's like, oh, because there's two, which is crazy. So. Anyway, what'd you think of Scream 1? You like it?
I do. I enjoy it a lot. It's dated, but it still holds,
Yeah, it's good.
It's always fun to rewatch it.
I would agree.
And it just makes for, even when it's just entertaining.
Oh, yeah,
because like in the first Scream, like it's just so real. You know what I mean? Like in his chases, he's falling down. He's like,
well, that's...
a little clumsy, right? It's just like, okay, he's a human. Like just some random person behind the mask.
Just teenager.
Just attacking their friends, really. He does get more intense as the series grows, though.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Which, when we get to those movies, I have a couple thoughts on that, but we'll get there.
Hell yeah. Well, let's lead us into Scream 2.
Scream 2. The rules. Let's take a look at the sequel rules before we dive into the second movie. The first one is that the sequel always goes harder, doesn't it? Meaning there is a bigger body count. Of course, you got to see more kills.
Absolutely.
Right? Who doesn't want to see that when watching a sequel? Otherwise, it was like when Halloween did Halloween Kills, and he just racking up
it's like 40 kills.
You're
crazy.
just like, holy cow.
Squad wiping everybody.
The second rule is that the killer has to outdo the kill count in the first movie. Of course. There is also a bigger budget, which means there are more elaborate kill scenes. The last rule is that you think the killer might be dead, but they always come back for one last scare. Now let's dive into Scream 2.
All right.
You got to get that one last double tap,
Thanks, Randy. Jake is our Randy. Scream 2. Set 2 years after the first movie, we find Sydney now in college, trying to move on. A new horror movie called Stab, which was based on Gale's book about the Woodsboro murders, premiered in a crowded movie theater. However, this release triggered copycat killings. The meta commentary in this movie basically targets sequels and media exploitation. It doesn't take long for the murders to escalate on campus. Randy, our horror expert from the first film, is shockingly killed mid-movie. His death acts as a sort of raising the stakes moment that proves returning characters also aren't safe.
Right.
That is such a wild scene in that movie when he just gets pulled back into the van or whatever. The killers in Scream 2 are Mrs. Loomis, who is actually Billy's mother, and was disguised as a reporter the whole film. The
Runs in the family.
Right. The second killer is Sydney's friend Mickey, a film student obsessed with violence in the media. Mrs. Loomis's motive is that she wants revenge for Billy's death. Mickey, on the other hand, wanted notoriety and to blame violent movies in his court case, when he would eventually go to trial. But that never happened because Sydney, the goat, survives again, shooting both of those fools. Cotton Weary, who is wrongfully accused of murdering Sydney's mother, redeems himself by saving Sydney. Dewey survives, barely, and Gale begins reassessing her priorities. Yeah. I mean, I love Scream 2.
It's good. It is also good.
It's a good one.
It was like the perfect sequel.
Yeah.
To what has already been good, right?
Yes.
And you're just sitting there and you're like, damn, they really upped the stakes and they upped the bar for a potential third movie. But yeah, it was a good sequel. I liked it.
So a couple fun facts about Scream 2 is the entire script actually leaked online, which forced massive rewrites.
Oof.
That's why certain characters in the film feel a bit underused. The second one was that even the cast and crew members hated Randy's death, even though it was intentionally used to shock audiences. The last one is that Sarah Michelle Gellar actually asked her death to have an even more brutal, like to have it be more brutal, to help like with the tone of the franchise. It's pretty crazy. So that's cool.
No, that's wild. That would suck to have to rewrite it because it got leaked though. Like,
that's
you're
why.
Just like, fuck, who did that?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it today, actually, about how Scream 7's marketing, they had the one big trailer and a couple TV spots, but there hasn't been like a second official trailer.
Right. Yeah. I mean, all you saw was basically at the Super Bowl. They played a trailer.
Yeah. But it's really not like they're not showing too much.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that that's good. I think that, okay, they know people are going to go see the Scream movie. You don't really need to throw all this money into marketing for...
The name itself is going to bring in everybody anyway.
Exactly.
Right?
It's the same thing I thought with like Avengers Doomsday. I actually don't need a trailer. When it drops, I'm going to be like, hell yeah. But like, you don't think that
when you're that established, you don't need a trailer.
There's already so much hype for that movie. So it's like, I mean, yeah, I'm going to be there.
But then again, you know what's crazy is when we talked about this, I think, was it last episode? Maybe when we were talking about, we might have actually talked about it when we did a trailer reaction, but when we watched Primate, right?
Yeah.
That trailer was so bad.
Oh, it was terrible.
If you had no trailer, you could go into that movie and just thoroughly enjoy it without anything.
Because the trailer made it look like it was such a corny ass movie.
It did.
And the movie itself was actually very well done and pretty serious.
Yeah,
there were some funny, like kind of cheesiest parts, but
that's where a trailer hurts you in that moment, right?
Exactly.
It ruined it for us and we didn't go see it in theaters, which I wish we did because it was good.
Oh, I was trying to get you to go. But
I know. But like it just, But then again, there's also good trailers like Long Legs for us. That was a well done trailer.
I will forever love the marketing for Long Legs.
When I text you about a movie trailer, you know it's good.
They didn't even have the title for most of those trailers. They were just like 20-second trailers. And they were this weird things. And then it gave a date and you're like, what the that was marketing. So cool. 28 years later.
Yeah.
The first one, insane trailer. Second one matched that energy. So insane.
The sound design on that trailer was good though.
Absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, we just
trailers can make or break.
They can. So I'm all the way. And what we learned from this is that's probably why Scream kind of keeps things close to the chest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's move on to the trilogy.
Number 3. Let's look at these trilogy rules before diving into Scream 3. These begin with no more plot armor. 3 is usually the last one, which means anyone can die, even the main character. There's also usually a bunch of lore at this point, which leads to the past coming back to haunt the characters. And at this point, they believe there may be more than 2 killers at all times, which is ironic considering Scream 3 only has 1 killer.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Let's jump right in, Cal.
So Scream 3 begins with the setting in Hollywood. Cotton Weary and his girlfriend are the first murders of the film. These killings revolve around the production of Stab 3. We pick up with Sydney as she lives in isolation under a new identity. She's traumatized and hiding from the world. This entry leans heavily into meta Hollywood satire, exploring franchise fatigue and studio exploitation. The killer of this film, that's right, I said killer, there's only one in this movie, as Jake said. That would be Roman Bridger, who is the director of Stab 3. Oh, and he's also Sydney's half-brother. In his evil monologue, Roman reveals he orchestrated events all of the events, by encouraging Billy to kill Maureen Prescott years earlier. He seeks revenge for being rejected by their mother. Basically, Roman he turns out to be like the mastermind of Scream 1, 2, and 3, which is crazy. So Sydney, again being the GOAT, ultimately kills Roman. Dewey and Gail get married, and Sydney symbolically leaves her door open at the end of the movie, which suggests that she's no longer ruled by fear. I do like the ending. Mm-hmm. She, you know how she always like the whole time was locking the door and stuff, and then at the end she just kind of like, I'm all right. I'm all right. So some fun facts about Scream 3 is that it was actually meant to be much more violent and darker, but the events of Columbine heavily affected this, leading to a more toned down version in the franchise. Roman, who was revealed to be the mastermind of all the events leading into this movie, was actually and still is the most controversial aspect of the entire franchise. Some people liked it. Other people didn't. I'm not going to lie to you. Scream 3 is my least favorite of all of them.
I would agree. I was just about to be like, Cal, what are your thoughts on Scream 3? Because mine, it's like, it's down here.
It's not, obviously, I think that there's good parts.
The lore is good. It's just, I thought the execution of it just wasn't as top as 1 and 2.
I'm at this might sound a little, well, first and foremost, the Hollywood setting, I'm not a fan of. I like kind of the Midwest, like town type thing. I mean, I know it's not, but I'm saying like that kind of small town, suburban field. Yeah. Feel to it. Like, I love that stuff when it comes to horror movies. And this was like, it felt much bigger, which is fine. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, Scream 6 goes to New York and I fucking love that movie. So
it's true.
I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of maybe how they executed. I don't know. Not a fan. But I will say, I think that I'm also at the part where like when I watch a horror movie, I like to be like, oh damn, that's crazy. Like when it comes to like the kills and stuff. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it did feel very almost PG-13 because it was so like not as, you know, and I get it. I mean, obviously the time it was released and stuff, it's a big deal, but I'm just saying in terms of rewatchability, you know,
it's definitely not up there for me.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I think. What do you think? Scream 3, same kind of thing?
Oh, I told you, I just didn't think it felt like it really needed to be there.
Yeah.
It just felt like this is a conclusion, but also not. And I didn't feel like it wrapped things up, but it also didn't, obviously.
It's not to say it's a bad movie. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's my least favorite.
But when you have a hit, then a miss.
A meh.
Yeah. Like, it didn't completely miss.
Scream 1, hell yeah. Scream 2, hell yeah. Scream 3, that was all right.
Yeah. But, like, it's got to be hard to make 3 great movies. I think.
Lord of the Rings.
That's true. I'm not saying it hasn't been done. I'm just saying it's got to be hard.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I understand what you're saying.
Lord of the Rings is good, though.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Well, forget about Scream 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
We're talking about the reboots now.
Oh, shit.
Well, with the reboot comes some rules that you must follow once again. Because it's a cliche just to have rules anyway.
At this point, yeah. Right? Like, it becomes a cliche when you use it enough. Yeah. So it's,
You're like, there's rules. And then everyone's a suspect.
Exactly.
Your closest friend is a suspect.
Mm-hmm.
He might even be a suspect. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
As we move on to Scream 4, there is a bunch of new rules we need to follow in terms of a remake/reboot. The killer is usually obsessed with remakes of classic horror films. The opening kill is usually a fake out, and boy oh boy, does Scream 4 open with fake out deaths. The death scenes are even better with a bigger budget, which, I mean, I just feel like as you get more money, it's always just the production value is just going to go up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a point where you can have the most money in the world and it still might look like shit, but usually with more money comes a lot better quality of film.
Yeah.
Technology is now a part of the kills, which is cool. And from using webcams to live videos, etc., it's all just in the name of fame. The final rule is that anyone can be the final girl, not just the OG final girl.
Scream 4 picks up a decade later as Sydney returns to Woodsboro on a book tour. A new group of teens become Ghostface targets, and this time social media and viral fame sits at the forefront. As we said before, the opening with all the fake out deaths, well, it happens for a while, and to this day, it is one of the most controversial things about the franchise. Some love it, thinking that it takes the first movie's opening scene to a whole new level, while others think it makes fun of what made the first one so great. And it's so funny because when we were talking to Joe Bandelli from Hell House, he actually mentioned that he hated the Scream 4 opening. It's just true. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it's kind of a fun little thing, but it's like the best thing. But Scream 4 makes it a point to basically make fun of remakes and reboots that always use the tagline, a new generation, while also keeping legacy characters, because then it's not really a new generation.
Right.
But it was for a long time. Like when these, Scream 4 was a part of that section. Like when all those horror franchises were dropping new movies, like the Texas Chainsaw in 3D, and I'm pretty sure that the majority of them all had a new generation.
Yeah.
So Scream 4 just kind of made fun of that whole thing. The film was good, in our opinion. The killer in this one turns out to be Jill Roberts, who seemed like the main character of the movie. It's also Emma Roberts, but she's actually Sydney's cousin. The reason for this
related to Sydney.
The reason for this is because Jill wants the fame and believes being the sole survivor will make her a celebrity. Mm-hmm. Her accomplice is horror obsessed Charlie. And then he's one of the Culkin brothers. It's funny how in the first film, Sydney had Randy, right? Like it was Sydney was like the final girl and Randy was the guy who knew all the rules. This time, the final girl and the horror-obsessed like friend were actually the ones to do the killings, which is kind of interesting to be like, yeah. So, however, the twists don't stop there as Jill ends up killing Charlie and tries to stage herself as a hero. But Sydney survives and exposes her plan in a crazy hospital showdown. In my opinion, the best scene in the movie. Clear. Yeah, Jill dies. It's the best with the fucking... Anyway, a couple of fun facts about Scream 4. It was actually the first Scream movie to be shot digitally and not on film, which some fans were actually pretty pissed about. There was this is the craziest one. There's actually a darker ending where Sydney ends up in a coma and doesn't wake up, and Jill actually becomes the hero. Like her plan worked. And then it was supposed to start. Scream 5 and 6 would come out shortly after that. And it would be her having to deal with the fact that she has this secret that she's actually the bad guy and Ghostface knows, and he's trying to come after her. It was the original planned thing, but that was changed to have her die because they thought that it would be too dark and it's hard to get an audience to root for the final girl who is actually like evil.
I would agree.
You know what I mean? It would be an interesting take for sure, but pretty crazy how that could be just a couple little decisions and we could have a completely different franchise.
Yeah. I feel like we've talked about that before.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, I think that would have sucked. So, the last one is that Kirby, who's a fan favorite right here, was actually killed. But because the fans loved her so much, she was revived and brought back for Scream 6, which was sick. So.
It was. You know, in that movie, I thought Emma Roberts did a really good job.
Yeah, you're a Emma Roberts fan, aren't you? Yeah,
I like her in a lot of things, and I liked her in what's the series on Hulu?
Which one?
American Horror Story.
Oh,
when
yeah.
she's in it. Yeah, the season she's in it, and I love those.
Yeah,
so I'm a big fan of her, which I thought 4 was good. It was a good comeback after 3. I thought more on the upside of things.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a show she was into that ran for I think 2 seasons, had like Ariana Grande in it. It was called Scream Queens. I watched it in high school. You ever seen that?
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it. Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed it. I don't think a lot of people watched it, but I enjoyed it. It was kind of a cheesy like kind of thing, little cheese ball fest. But the guy who plays the dude in Full House,
which one?
Who's the cool dude?
Oh,
the uncle, or whatever his name
plays
is.
Jesse, right?
Yeah. Him. So
John Stamos?
John Stamos. Thank you.
John Stamos.
Yeah, he's actually in it. And one of my favorite, I always remember it. They're doing a Halloween thing and he shows up and he's just covered in blood. And they're like, what are you supposed to be? And he goes, oh, I'm the script of Batman versus Superman. And they go, you look like a bloody mess. And he goes, exactly. Anyway. So yeah, there's Scream 4. I enjoyed it. I think it's better than Scream 3, but I still think it
lacks something.
It's not my favorite. And also, unlike you, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Emma Roberts was annoying in that movie.
I like her. I don't know. That's just
no offense.
Maybe that's just because I like her as in other things too. It's just like
I understand
my persuasion.
I absolutely understand.
Jesus' vision of her is just different.
I understand completely. Believe me, I will die on any hill that Anya Taylor-Joy is on.
I knew you were going to say that. I almost just said her name out loud, man. You just said it. That's funny.
But yes, I absolutely will. So I completely understand.
Yeah. Well,
moving on.
Yeah, because we got what do they call it? The requel?
The requel, baby. Yeah.
With the requel, we got the rules. New? Who knows? But in Scream 5, it is a self-proclaimed as a requel. And thanks to Mindy's explanation in the movie, we know what it is. In a requel, it keeps the same overall story and brings characters back from the OG films. However, it is the new cast of characters story now. Number 2, nostalgia doesn't save anyone, meaning legacy characters can die, and sadly, they do. The new characters must be as interesting as older characters, otherwise the audience will turn on the movie. And to be honest, I was all in on this new cast.
Hell yeah.
I freaking loved the Core 4.
We're Core 4 stands here. Dude, for sure.
Their dynamic is so good. So good. It's so well written. Mm-hmm. Like their friendship is just peak.
It is. It definitely is.
That's how you make good characters right there. Anyway, the motive of the killer is usually tied to the original movie. If you're related to the original character in any way, you are immediately a suspect. And finally, the killer believes they are fixing the franchise.
Yep.
So let's jump into number 5.
A true requel. What I mean by that is that the film blends legacy and new characters. The story centers on sisters Sam and Tara Carpenter, two completely new characters of the franchise. Sam discovers that she is the illegitimate daughter of Billy Loomis, whose hallucination shows up throughout the film. The Ghostface attacks are tied to the toxic fandom of the Stab franchise. They even talks about the toxic fandoms of real franchises like Star Wars. A big piece of why this movie feels different from all the others is because this is the first time that a legacy character actually dies. And that's really sad. Dewey returns, but is tragically killed while trying to protect the new generation. It's funny how I said new generation in the last movie. We were making fun of the movies that say new generation. But it's true. There's a new generation, new franchise, I guess. Mm-hmm. It is, in fact, the franchise's most emotional death. The killers turn out to be Richie, Sam's boyfriend, also Huey from The Boys, and Amber, Tara's friend.
Shout out Huey.
Also, love her, Honora. We find out that they are obsessive Stab fans who believe killing people will inspire a better movie because they apparently are pissed off at the last movie that was made. So they think we're just going to write a story that they can base a new Stab movie on and hopefully it'll be better. So in the climax of the movie, there's a party at Stu Macher's old house. Sam embraces her darker instincts and brutally kills Richie. Bye-bye, Huey. Gail survives. Sydney helps, but passes the torch to the new cast. A couple of fun facts about Scream 5. Well, for starters, Mikey Madison, who I love, plays Amber. She goes cuckoo in the climax, and that actually got her casted in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where she plays one of Charles Manson's followers. And because of that performance, where she also goes cuckoo, she was then cast as Honora and won an Oscar for that. So, you know, I mean, we're big Mikey Madison fans on this channel. And honestly, I mean, it's funny how like her Oscar, she can just say like, thanks, Scream.
True.
So anyway.
That's so cool, though. What a journey for her.
Yeah, I do love her. She's awesome. But anyway, so Scream 5 was also the first film that was not directed by Wes Craven. since he died in 2015. R.I.P.
Rip.
That is a legend. The movie actually coined the term requel, and it is now used throughout Hollywood. So that's pretty cool.
Sometimes it just sticks.
The stab movie that they are actually talking about in the film that got all the fan backlash is directed by Rian Johnson. For those of you who don't know, Rian Johnson directed The Last Jedi, which is widely hated among Star Wars fans. It's kind of funny. They just threw that in there.
Yeah.
The last fun fact is that there are multiple YouTube videos and news broadcasts in the background alluding to a possible survival of Stu Macher, something we might be getting in Scream 7.
That's true.
Remember when we were rewatching Scream 5, I guess just Scream, but it's Scream 5. There was we paused the movie because I remember being like, wait, they're talking about Stu Macher. Do you remember that? It was a while back, but we did it. I don't think it was this last rewatch, but it was the one when we were.
Was it they were talking about him because they were watching the movies on the couch? Was that the scene?
Yeah, and then on the TV they were talking about it. Yeah.
And then like obviously Ghostface was behind them, like in behind. Was it that one or was it the old one where that happened?
No, I think it was the scene in Scream 5 when they're talking about they're all together, and that's when Mindy goes through the rules. Remember? On the couch.
Yeah,
but Dewey's there, like the Ghostface isn't behind them or anything. That's just them on the couch.
Gotcha.
That's not like at the end.
Yeah.
That's in like the middle when Dewey introduces himself to everybody and he's like, maybe you could be the killer. And she's like, you're old ass man. That's
because he's got rules too. Yeah. Okay. So, some scenes blend together for me, and I'm like,
no, I get it. Yeah. There's always a couch, and they're always talking about rules. I understand. Those have become cliches. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like it's funny because, anyway,
it's true. You know, it's quite funny though that because of the requel thing, now we get to talk about a sequel of the requel.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that's
a lot of quills going around?
Could be a tongue twister. Well, things are getting complicated. And yes, Mindy updates her list of rules during Scream 6. These include the fact that this one is no longer a requel, but a franchise installment, which means the rules have kind of just gone out the window. The body count is the biggest it's ever been, and the next one is that set pieces take the place of smaller kills. So instead of getting stabbed in a house somewhere, Ghostface can just grab a shotgun, enter a convenience store, and blow a bunch of people away. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's what I mean by leveling up. They've given him gun. He always just carried a knife. And now he's just ripping shotguns. I feel like in the sixth one, he might have a Tommy gun. I can't remember, but he definitely shot a pistol too. It's just mind blowing. They're like, let's just see what happens when he has a gun in his hand. Well, survival is not guaranteed, even for the Core 4. Core 4. The killers must now be emotionally motivated, not just meta-motivated, meaning the killer needs to have an emotional reason for doing what they're doing. And they do. The Ghostfaces in this movie are meaner than they have ever been, but with rage comes sloppiness. So that leads us to Cal talking about Scream 6.
Hell yeah, everybody. The last movie we're talking about. Moving to my personal favorite in the franchise, Scream 6. The Core 4, Sam, Tara, Mindy, and Chad, literally such a good group, moved to New York City. The urban setting amplifies paranoia, most notably in a tense subway sequence or the gas station encounter. Or I guess, convenience store, whatever you want to call it, whatever. There's also a shrine filled with memorabilia from past killers that becomes central to the mystery. Oh yeah, they also bring back the goat, Kirby. The killers in the movie turn out to be Detective Bailey, who I called within the first 15 minutes of the movie. You can ask Jake. And his children, Ethan and Quinn, which I did not call.
We were shocked by that one.
We were. But I did call. I was like, this guy's fishy.
Yeah.
He also is the dude in New Girl.
But when we saw the girl get attacked in the apartment and not die, we were very we were suspicious of all that activity, because like usually if people die, you're gonna get shown.
I think you did mention something about kid.
I think I said her, and you said
not her. You said the kid. Remember?
Because he weird was like
the kind of dweeby kid.
Yeah.
Because he's like, this is dumb. What am I doing?
Because he was like this movie dweeb, and you're like, this guy's hanging around the core 4 a lot. Yeah,
and he was super suspicious at first. They all it was like a joke to be like, you're definitely up there, dude. Like, you're a suspect. And then all of a sudden he is, and he's related to the guy. And so anyway, they all turn out to be the family of Richie, which is Huey from The Boys. Jack Quaid, you funny man. I love that dude. Anyway, they seek revenge on Sam for killing him. In the finale inside an abandoned theater, Sam once again channels her inner Billy Loomis to defeat Bailey. Tara helps finish the fight, and Sam ultimately chooses to not embrace her father's legacy, which sadly is where the Carpenter's sister story ends because of some off-screen drama, which blows ass. But who knows? Maybe Scream 7 will be better because of it. I don't know. I'm definitely bummed there's no Melissa or Jenna coming back. They were my favorites. But hey, we got tickets and we'll be sitting in the theater watching this new storyline unfold. Welcome back, Sydney, and we'll see you again in Scream 8, apparently. So, hell yeah.
I know this isn't on the docket, but let's talk about the show Scream.
Yeah. So I was thinking about putting it in here, and then I was like, there's a lot of fans that just ignore that.
I know, but
because it's not really
but
it is good.
We don't have to talk about it.
I do love it. No, we can talk. We can just throw a little. Yeah, we could throw a little something in here.
I was, the mask is not the iconic Ghostface mask, right? Yeah. But it's still called Scream. It's still about a slasher that goes and kills a bunch of people that are, might know the killer, whatever.
It does the same thing. There's still a list of rules. Yep. It opens up with the killing of one of the famous actresses, which I guess is Bella Thorne.
Yep. It does all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, with that character Noah, he's the rule guy.
Yeah. It also kicks off Willa Fitzgerald's career, and
she's in a lot of stuff now.
And again, I will keep saying this. If you have not seen Strange Darling, go watch that freaking movie, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
No, but she acts her ass off in that.
I actually liked the series.
Oh, I did too.
I thought season 1 was so good.
Yeah, first season was, in my opinion, was better than the second.
Season 2 was all right, and season 3 was a complete reboot, basically.
Yeah.
Which I didn't really care for.
But I actually haven't seen that.
It's
the girl from The Punisher is in it.
Yeah, it's pretty mid.
We're watching The Punisher because Jake hasn't seen it yet. So the girl in season 2 of The Punisher, I know is in season 3 of Scream
But I was so bummed when they canceled it.
I know.
I was like, I love watching this show because it just gave me that murder mystery whodunit feel again.
No, it was great. Yeah, I enjoyed it for sure. It kind of gave me there's those high school kind of drama shows like 13 Reasons Why and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think Scream came out around the same time. And that one, I loved Scream because it was it was crazy, but it wasn't as depressing as 13 Reasons Why.
Right. So yeah.
I got to sit down and enjoy it.
Right. Yeah.
Also the scene when they go to the barn and Willa Fitzgerald's character,
her boyfriend
gets the chop. Dude, I will never forget that. Oh, it's the craziest scene.
The thing is, she did it.
I know, right? Well, it was a trap, but oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what did
her
you
name
think
was Emma in the show.
Emma, thank you. Yeah. What did you think of the Scream? Well, all the Screams, which one's your favorite?
Yeah. And did you like the show?
Yeah.
Because I'm curious. Apparently people didn't or didn't even know it existed, probably. Because I think it came out on MTV randomly.
It was MTV.
Yeah.
Do you know what else, too? There's a show with Victoria Justice that came out, ran for one season. It was called Eye Candy. And that came out around the same time.
Never heard of it.
Dude, it was actually good. I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was she was being stalked by this guy.
Really?
And then it ended on a cliffhanger and it never got a season 2. And I was like, bro.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. As always, let us know what you think of this whole franchise and the TV show down below.
Yep.
don't forget to subscribe and turn your notifications on because apparently no one gets those anymore.
Yeah, we released a short film that we did, and like people aren't even seeing it, so we don't really know what to do.
Yeah,
but it's like I don't know why.
Specifically for YouTube, our YouTube viewers, please turn those notifications on so you get our latest content.
Yeah, because that's just crazy. It's like my buddy asked me, he's like, dude, I'm waiting for the short film. I'm like, bro, it's been out. And I mean, people who were watching it, they do like it. So hopefully you guys can check that out if you want.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Super sick.
It's fun. We had a lot of fun making it.
Don't know why it's not getting pushed, but it is what it is. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, on that note, take care, and we'll see you around the graveyard.
We'll also see you after Scream 7.
Thanks for listening to this chilling episode of The Supernaturals. For your protection, make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And stay tuned for the next episode.